ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गौरगोविन्द स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरद्वेषे नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुर्लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतं सेवयामि भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। Hare Krishna. So you are all welcome to the class. Every Saturday we are discussing Bhagavad Gita. So we were discussing last class that Lord speaks to the living entities that go to the material world, take these principles, means yajnas, perform the yajnas and get your desires fulfilled. Understand? And the Lord speaks that to the human beings and demigods, starting from Lord Brahma. In the material world, the topmost demigod is Lord Brahma. From Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva comes. From Lord Brahma, everyone comes. Though Lord Shiva is more powerful and in devotion is also in advance than Lord Brahma, but sometimes Lord Shiva gets birth from Lord Brahma, from his eyes, Rudra, from his anger, Brahma's anger. And sometimes also Lord Rudra, Lord Shiva comes directly from Lord Vishnu. Not necessarily that every time he will come from Lord Brahma. So, sometime also when not a proper living entity is found within the material world to get the post of Brahma, Lord Vishnu becomes also Lord Brahma to manage the internal affairs of Brahmanda. So this way we were discussing 10 to 16, right? Bhagavad Gita 10 to 16. In the 10 to 16, what is the essence? What is the essence? That I told you. What is the essence? 10 to 16? Karma Yoga. Yes, good. Because we had already discussed work in devotion is better or renunciation is better. We had concluded that work in devotion is better. Okay? Very phase by phase you have to go. Phase by phase. First you understood that devotion is a must. Devotion means what? Action for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. That is called devotion. Devotion means what? Action for the pleasure of Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is Jagya Purusha. Lord Vishnu is Jagya Purusha. So here, when you do something for his pleasure, when he sanctions and he asks you, he orders you through Vedas, through Mahajanas, you do this. So when you do that, that becomes Jagya for his pleasure. Right? So that is why it is called Jagyarthat Karmanyatra Lokayam Karamandana. That is you find in the third chapter. So that is also Lord says. You can get, see, what is that? See 3:8, what is there? 3:8. 3:9. Yeah. 3:9.
Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work just one day in this material world.
Yeah.
Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duty for his satisfaction.
Yeah.
And in that way, you will always remain free from bondage.
Yeah. So, what is that sloka? Jagyarthat Karmanyatra Lokayam Karambandhana Tadartham Karma Kaunteya Mukta Sangha Samachara. Tad Artham Karma Kaunteya. Very clear. Tad Artham Karma Kaunteya Mukta Sangha Samachara. So, if you act for the pleasure of Jagya Purusha, then that action will not bring you any reaction. Very simple. Very simple philosophy. If you act, suppose there is a commotion, then police collector demand charge, lathi charge. That comes to that. So when then he will not be caught by the police. Why you beating the people? No, he was ordered. So that is why his action was for the pleasure of the state. So that action doesn't bring any reaction. Right? So, similarly, just an example. Similarly, when you act for the pleasure of the Lord, that doesn't bring you reaction. So that is what a simple philosophy a Vaishnavas very clearly understand, whereas non-Vaishnavas or not those who are not devotees, it is very difficult for them to understand how to act. That is called art of living. How to act. Simple fact they don't understand. That is why you will find when you grow up, you will find many so-called sadhus, they will speak, you do karma, niskam karma, you please act without desiring the result, and when you act, the result you get, you sacrifice for, don't enjoy yourself, you sacrifice for others. Okay, that is good. But when we analyze, we find that you cannot really sacrifice it for the society and stay away from your karma reactions. Right? Because what you have already done, that have reactions, that you cannot stop. And now what you are going to do for the society, for the betterment of society you sacrifice, that will also bring you reaction. Because that's a good job. So both way you are getting reaction. Your past karma brings reaction, present karma also brings reaction. When reaction is there, then what is happiness? What is liberation? So liberation means only what? When you surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is supremely desire, supreme will. So when you surrender to Him, when you act for His pleasure, then His desire and your desire. His desire that you pay me obeisance. Mam namaskuru. When you pay obeisance, His desire and your desire comes one. He says, Mam namaskuru. For example, your father says, you ask me. For your tuition fee, you ask me. When you for your tuition fee, when you ask your father, that is not an offense. When the same thing you ask for someone, from someone, that becomes offense. Right. Similarly, so when you ask your father, what I should do, you pay me obeisance. Manmana bhavo, mad bhakto, mad jaji, mamana, mujhe matte namaskar karo, mor saranagata ho, mo pai karya karo, mo upre nirbhara karo. When Lord is saying that, when you do that, that will Lord's desire, your desire becomes one. But at the same time, Lord is there, living entity is there. Lord is there and living entity is there. But the desire is one. The Lord is speaking, oh Arjun, fight. Arjun is saying, no, I will not fight. So that is difference. When Arjuna will understand that karmanne, and that is jagyarthat karmano. When Arjuna understands jagyarthat karma, jagyarthe karma, then finally he will do that. Jagyarthe karma, now I have to, karma means fighting, what for? Jagya. Jagya means Lord's desire, Lord's satisfaction. And what is Lord's satisfaction? Dharma samsthapanarthaya. When Lord comes, He comes, there will be dharma everywhere. Now, how many dharmas are there? Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, this, that, fighting. चलता है तुम हिंदू कर उसका गला काट, तुम मुस्लिम मार उसको, मार 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 मार, ए क्रिश्चियन उसको मार मार मार. But that is not dharma. Still, people don't understand. That is not dharma. Great people, they don't understand. Because their mind and heart is not free from reactions, karma, contaminations. Right? They are all other religions, there, political religions are there. But when you come to spiritual science, suppose a Muslim boy comes, M.Tech is there. No, for M.Tech, Muslim is different. No, M.Tech principles, all Christians different, Muslims different, Hindus different, Sikhs different. How can the case ever? When Muslim, their son's ray will change. So, what is that? Simple fact. Simple fact people don't understand. Simple fact. Why you understand? Tell me. How you understand? Millions don't understand. How you understand? Huh? Yes. Who is devotee? Huh? Who? Prabhupada. Prabhupada. We are studying Prabhupada's book. Acharyas, you can say, all Acharyas come to represented by Srila Prabhupada. All the Acharyas, previous Acharyas, are represented by Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada belongs to the Supreme Lord. Okay, simple fact. So here they are the same thing. Previously, Krishna established that one should not artificially renounce activities. One should not renounce activities artificially, because action is a must. When action is a must, we have studied that. You should always keep in your mind ringing. Action is a must. Previously, Krishna established that one should not artificially renounce. Who artificially renounce? Who is called? The person who artificially renounce, he is called cheater, pretender. The word pretender is used, you see, in Bhagavad Gita. He is a pretender. Opare kouche na nahi, ଖାଇବିନି. ସମସ୍ତେ ଖାଉଛନ୍ତି ଆଜି ସିମିଆ କ୍ଷୀରି ହେଇଛି, ସେ କହୁଛି ନା ମୁଁ ଖାଇବିନି, କିନ୍ତୁ ମନେ ମନେ ଚିନ୍ତା କରୁଛି ସିମିଆ କ୍ଷୀରି ଖାଇଥିଲେ ଭଲ ହେଇଥାନ୍ତା, ମୁଁ ଖାଇଲିନି, ସମସ୍ତେ ଖାଇଲେ, ଚିନ୍ତା କରୁଛି ନା ସେ. So that is called pretender. So better you take something, not full plate, take little, at least your mind will be satisfied, I took something. So this way, don't be a pretender. Eat, take. Don't be a brahmachari and think about beautiful girls, women. So that is not. Brahmachari means remain brahmachari. Really remain brahmachari. Then you will get his result. Right? Similarly, karma, when you do for the Lord's pleasure, it doesn't bring any reaction. So Lord says that. So don't be a pretender. Don't be a pretender. You are a Kshatriya, you have to act. You have to act according to your puja. Simple. You are a Kshatriya, you have to act. You have to act means you have to fight. You are a Kshatriya. You are in the war field. You are a Kshatriya. Your responsibility is to protect innocent. Right? Your responsibility is to protect the innocent or the general people. That is the responsibility of the king. King. Very few people now understand what is the responsibility of the king. To protect the citizens. That is the responsibility of the king. He is a representative of the Supreme Lord. Now you find no one is, whoever gets elected or president or whatever, they don't think I am the representative of the Supreme Lord. No. Any bandit, any dacoit is elected as president, you have to accept him, you have to salute him. The dacoit number one, simply he has become elected. What to do? He has got the vote. He is a nonsense number one. You know very well he is a nonsense number one, stupid, rascal, idiot. But he has got the vote. What to do? This is our system. This is our system. But in Vedic civilization, that was not the system. No. The Guru, the Veda, the Brahmanas, the Rishis, very powerful, very spiritual, very powerful personalities, they were seeing, choosing who should be the king. What should the qualities of a king? Right? They were giving. Actually, the state is governed by not by the king, but by the brahmanas. State is governed by the brahmanas, not by the king. King is executive. Nowadays also that is going on. King, President of USA, the executive, but Senate is the decision maker. Senate. Parliament is the decision maker. Executives, Prime Minister is the executive. The system is there, but it is not being guided by the Vedic principles. Right? So Lord, that is why Lord is saying that renounce activities, but should perform prescribed duties in a detached way. You should act in a detached way. You should not pretend. One, you should not pretend. Second, you should act in a detached way. Okay, how detached? How you can act in a detached way? You should not be a pretender, because by pretension you are going to gain nothing, and you have to act. Where action is a must, act, but don't be a pretender, and the action must be full of detachment. How? Kaise? Any? Please. No attachment to? We have already discussed. Is it possible? Suppose you got married, will you detach to your wife? No, I will not see your face. I will not touch you. I will not sleep with you. I will not eat your food. Detached. Is it possible? Then explain me. बोलो, कोई बात नहीं, बोलो. जो भी है मन का बोलो. Detached. Work in a detached way. Lord is saying, oh Arjun, work in a detached way. Just tell me. Storm your brain. What is that? What is that? What is that? Detached way. You can raise a hand like this. Detached way.
We cannot be detached from work. We can be detached from the result of work. And we can offer to the result.
Yes, that is the point. How you can be detached from your result? युद्ध करोगे हारने के लिए? खेलोगे हारने के लिए? चलो खेल रहे, हारे तो हारे, और क्या? चल या खेलिवा, हारले हारिवा, खेलो मुळु तो हारलड़ तू. You are going to the play field to win. Both the teams is planning for win. You are going to battle to win. You are getting married to get a child. You must win. You are studying to pass B.Tech, not fail 10 times. I am studying to fail. Because desire I don't want, I am detached. कुछ आएगा, जो आएगा, चलेगा. अरे बाबा, what for? That is not going to solve your purpose. Right? You must pass. You must. The result must be there. You need the result. So how detached way? That result must be dedicated to the Lord. Kaise? How? You become B.Tech, you become M.Tech, you become so and so, get highly educated, got an employment, good, get a job. Okay, job means good salary. Then you got that money. Then when you got that money, you come to the home, your home, you decorate your home as a temple. You created now in the base you are not independent. When you will be employed yourself, then you will be independent. You will have your own home, your own temple. Morning utho, Mangala Arti karo. Then everything you are doing in a spiritual way. And you are spending money every day. Nice prasadam, nice decoration, Janmashtami. You decorate the home and invite your guests, give them food. All the devotees, brahmacharis, they give them prasadam, give them food, give them sal. This way you spend your money. Right? Your wife should have nice dress, your son, your daughter, they should have nice dress. Janmashtami in the childhood, when I was a child, Janmashtami, that is specially Ganesh Puja. Ganesh Puja, new dress, Saraswati Puja, new dress, because then your father has to spend money. Similarly, as a Vaishnava, you spend money for the Lord's pleasure. That you need money, na? You need a house. When you have a house, beautiful house, that house is a temple. That house may be now one room, you 4 and 5 sleeping inside. That will not go good when you become mature, grown up and get married. How? You should have a good home, right? So what? You need money. Then that is why you are studying Mama B.Tech, isn't it? Huh? So you study when you get employed. If you don't, despite you try your best, you didn't get any job, then what will do? Hang your head? Hang yourself? Then what will do? Despite your own effort, you didn't get a job. Then what will do? Huh? क्या करोगे बोलो? Despite your all effort, you didn't get anything. हाँ? क्या करोगे? बोलो. अभी से मन ठीक करके रखो. Be prepared from right now. How destiny will play with you, you don't know. Right? Don't understand my words? Don't think that, yes, I'll get success. You may get success in B.Tech, M.Tech. Even you got money, you may get bad health. Then you got a lot of money, then you got very bad health. I'm not speaking that. Suppose you got something that after a few days you'll die, then finished. Jnana. So everything is needed. A good health is needed, good education is needed, good money is needed. Everything is needed for your pleasure. That is what Lord is saying here. 10. Saha jagya praja sushtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishwadham esa bho ishvastat kamadhuk. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, Be thou. Be thou means go. Be thou. It's a Bible language. Be thou happy by this Jagya, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living entity, for living happily and achieving liberation. Okay, clear? Clear? Okay. Next sloka will go. Chalo. Next, padha. Padha.
The demigods.
This way, 1, 2, 3, 4. Padha.
The demigods, being pleased by sacrifices, will also please you, and thus, by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will be gained for all.
Will rain fall. Rain means sasan karibo, prevailing. So Lord is saying that if you execute these sacrifices means the activities, actions you can say, jagnas. Jagnas mentioned in Vedas. Vedas. Lord gives Vedas. In the Vedas, various activities are mentioned. Various activities, why? Because various types of people are there. Brahmanas are there, Kshatriyas are there, Vaishyas are there, Sudras are there. Different kinds of people are there. For different kinds of activities are there. That is why many people, they may say, they argue also, why Hinduism has so many gods? Actually, Hinduism doesn't have so many gods. Why you say, why so many collectors? Why so many collectors in India? Why? Because so many districts are there. So many districts are there. Then why so many districts? For administration, good administration. For better administration, it is divided into many states, many districts, many subdivisions, many blocks. Because there are block officers, subdivision officers, zonal officers. These are because it is to facilitate the administration. Similarly, entire universe to administer, there are so many demigods. Who will control the light? Sun God is there to control light. Who is control to air? There is a deity who controls air. Inside the body, air is going out. We are passing air. That means you are taking air. You are taking air. So, taking air. So this is a combination, circulation of air inside the body. You are moving this. How? Because due to only air. You can't bring it now. Always like this. Because the air going inside, that stops you. Like this. Right? You cannot be like this. It's only air is going on nicely, it is moving. It's only body is moving only because of, there are 10 types of airs. Apano, Vyano, there are so many you can see. There are so many we are passing. Stool, how? That is air, pussy. Chalo. You can't say, no, I don't want to pass you. No, appa, chalo. Can you dictate? Can you dictate? No. Can you dictate? No, I will not pass to today, tomorrow. Just 3 days I will not pass to, only eat. Or only pass to, no eat. That भी नहीं होगा. Only pass to, I will not eat. अरे खाने से तो होगा ना. नहीं खाओगे तो पास कैसे करोगे? तो ऐसा ही. This is a machine. So going on activities. This is a machine, right? एपटे गह भर्ती कले सेपटे अटा बाहर गह भर्ती कले एपटे धान भर्ती कले सेपटे चावल बाहर गाई the cow he is eating noda leaves patra एपटे बाहर कुछ milk. Have a machine like that. Have a machine like that? No. So this way it is all created by the Supreme Lord. Lord is saying that the demigods will be pleased. The demigods will be pleased when you execute the specific yajnas. And when you execute specific yajnas, specific demigods will be pleased with you. Then they will fulfill your desires. Rain god, Indradev. How? It is difficult to understand, but it's a science. When you advance, you can understand. Yes, everything is governed. Everything is governed by the supernatural powers. Right? Everything. When you advance in spiritual life, when you become gradually detached from this body, then you can understand, yes, the spiritual knowledge by dint of your spiritual practice, by virtue of your spiritual strength. You can understand that everything is all governed by universal governors. No, Supreme ko thati asi nahi bande. Supreme is saying that you follow these principles, demigods will fulfill your desires. Demigods are the governors of the different departments of the universe. Right? Yeah. So this way, okay, clear? That means now we are instructed to what? Satisfy demigods. Lord is now saying to satisfy demigods. means Vedas. Actions for the pleasure of demigods. Clear, be clear. Clear हुआ बोला है. Actions for the pleasure of demigods. Who is saying? Lord is saying. Lord is saying go with these Vedic principles. Vedas. Sacrifices in Vedas. Sacrifice, the word is sacrifice, yajna. Sacrifice means yajna. Yajna means Vedas. In the Vedas, there are so many sacrifices. Aim for different objects. When you execute that, then your desires will be fulfilled. There will be enough rain, there will be enough sunshine, there will be enough, the entire planet will be peaceful, there will be no earthquake, there will be no cyclones, there will be no very calm and quiet atmosphere, and the 6 seasons will run very peacefully. So you will have enough crops, enough to eat, there will be less disease. Because nature is very calm and quiet. You are not interfering with the nature. There is no so-called mining, there is no so-called factory system, there is no, all these things are in Vedic civilization. Women didn't have lipstick. Right? Nowadays there are so many factories that are producing lipstick, they are producing powder, they are producing so many things that are unnecessary things, not at all needed. AC is not at all needed when you have a open school. In Vedic time there were open schools. Open schools. You may say in the rainy season how they study. Right. So they had kutiyas, with nice kutiyas. In Mayapur you may have seen beautiful kutiyas. There will be strong wind, but nothing will happen. So beautiful kutiyas were there, and very wind also there. At the same time, rain is there, wind is there, but aram se tum बैठ के आराम कर सकते. So this type of things were they are having. So lot of that means they are acting in such a way nature was not disturbed. Understand? No killing of living entities. So this way nature was very calm and quiet, and people were understanding the Vedic principles. That is why they were able to maintain very happy lifestyle. But nowadays everything has become disturbed. Everything has become disturbed. So that is why you have to have a AC. When you AC, there must be electricity. For electricity, you must pay your monthly money. Then you have to earn. Then if you want to pay money, then you have to earn money. Then you have to earn money. Then you have to work for it. So everything is interrelated in such a way you cannot escape. But in Vedic society, everything was peaceful because people were living along with the nature, on the lap of nature, not disturbing the principles of nature. That is called Vedic civilization. So this way Lord is saying the sacrifice. The sacrifices are for that, to satisfy the demigods, so that your desires will be fulfilled. For example, you got married. Suppose you want to marry, then what naturally you want? Tell me. Suppose when you got time, your mother, father says, you must get married. Okay, naturally, then what will be your desire? Tell me very frankly. It's not that your father may not say, but mother will say, beta, अभी B.Tech हो गया, नौकरी हो गया, अभी क्या करोगे? शादी करो. Okay, शादी तो सब करते हैं, तुम भी करना पड़ेगा. So then what you will think? What will think? बोलो, होशियार करना चाहिए. No, the girl should be like this, like that, this, that. You go on imagining, or you go on thinking. ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए. Yesterday I was singing a Odia song, film song. तो ओठटा एंतिया ହେଇଥିବ, तो गालटा एंतिया ହେଇଥିବ. So सुमुचिंत. They think this. ଆପଣ କାହିଁ ଶୁଣୁଥିଲେ? ମୁଁ ଶୁଣୁଥିଲି କ'ଣ ସେ ଗାଉଛି. ସେ ଗୀତରେ କ'ଣ ସେ କହୁଛି ସେ. Then you can say, ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି. ସବୁ ତ ସୁନ୍ଦର ହେଇଥିବ. Then your stool ମଧ୍ୟ ସୁନ୍ଦର ହେବା ଦରକାର. Her stool should be very attractive. Her stool should be very scented. Right? Then only I can enjoy her stool also. Why should I spare her stool? Right? So it was not like that. So this way, Vedic, when in modern civilization, people they're obsessed with lust. They're obsessed with lust. That is why they think like that. But in Vedic civilization, everything was very so finely arranged. Father, mother would go according to the Shastra. Everything is fixed. They will see this boy, what the lakshanas are on this body, and what type of girl. Everything is mentioned in the Shastra. Then they search for it, and your life partner is already there. And Lord, in the heart, He takes you that place. Then marriage. Even marriage, girl doesn't see the husband. Husband also doesn't see the girl. Sometimes it also. They have full faith in the parents. So sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. Because parents are also very highly responsible. Not the aise shadi karo. No. They are very responsible. They take every care that how my child will get a proper partner, life partner, so that his life will be full of happiness. They are very highly responsible. So this way, Vedic civilization was very peaceful and very responsible. Because they were being guided by the Vedic rules and regulations. Every time, family rules and regulations. Okay. So this way, you can enjoy prosperity. Demigod said, when you fulfill the demigods, Prajapati is Brahmaji. Prajapati is Brahmaji. Means first Prajapati is Brahma. Brahma created first Prajas. Like from his mind, Devarshi Narada comes, 4 Kumaras comes, then a Sapta Rishis comes. From the Sapta Rishis, all the planets, all these things are coming. So this way, Lord Brahma is the first Prajapati. That is why when you are going to get married, your card you will write Om Prajapataye Namaha. Because I am going to be a Prajapati. I am going to create. I am going to give a birth to a child. Why birth to a child? Your child will be a devotee. I am a devotee, my child will be a devotee. That child will be dedicated to the Lord. That means you are not going to give a burden to the society, rather it is asset to the society. That is why Arjuna was arguing in the front, before that bastards should be created. If I kill all these Sainik and these soldiers, then the women folk of the society will be unprotected, and scrupulous people will take the advantage of this woman, and as a result bastards will take birth. That is why Arjuna was arguing one way that I should not fight, because if I kill them, then bastards will be created. And bastards means the first job of a bastard, he doesn't accept the Supreme Lord. The first job of a bastard, he refuses to accept the Supreme Lord. Doesn't mean who will be a Christian, Muslim, Hindu, nothing like that. A person who accepts the Supreme Lord, accepts the Supreme Authority, is a good man. But in a real sense. In a real sense. If someone accepts, for example, a Muslim says, Oh Allah, okay, accept Allah in a real sense. Oh God, accept in a real sense, right? So then it is okay. Srila Prabhupada says they are all fine. But in Bhagavatam it is directly mentioned. So this way you have to be conducted by the rules and regulations mentioned in Vedas. There are sacrifices so that your desires will be fulfilled by the demigods. Then you can be happy. Otherwise you cannot be happy. Who is saying? Lord is saying. Right? So there is no devotion. Now here devotion for the demigods. Living entities are asked to be devoted to the demigods. Clear? Are you clear? So, but Krishna is not playing any role. Right? Krishna is not, though Krishna is saying that, but Krishna is not in the picture now. Krishna is saying that, oh, this way it was done. Understand? Okay. So in this sloka, we are devotees. We are studying that living entities were asked to perform to please the demigods. This is called karma. This is called, understand? This is called karma. Karma means action, means karma means, next time you should not fail, you should answer me. Karma means action according to the rules, regulations of Vedas. That is called karma. Then akarma, vikarma. Two things are there. We'll discuss that later on. So karma. Now karma means, does it mean that whatever action you do, that is not karma. Karma means action according, in accordance to the rules, regulations of Vedas. Vedas. Revealed scriptures, you can say. Revealed Vedas. Okay? Next.
In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigod, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, sacrifice, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief.
Yeah. So we have already discussed one part of this sloka, that you have to offer everything for the pleasure of the demigods. But who doesn't offer? He is a thief. Who doesn't offer, that means he says, I am doing it, I will enjoy it. Okay, who says you don't enjoy it? Suppose you have a paddy field, you cultivated nicely, right? You cultivated nicely, but could you cultivate your paddy without rain? So who gave you rain? That you don't accept. No, I don't accept. Rain, aisa hi hona hai, ho gaya. Then who gave you the land? Mother Earth. No, Mother Earth, kya Mother Earth hai? No, that is Mother Earth. Then only rain and Mother Earth will not work. There will be sunshine. Who gave sunshine? Surya. That means you see, you are having paddy, you are cultivating paddy, you are depending upon sunshine, you are depending upon rain. You put proper rain according to your fasala, according to your whatever crops you have. Rain should be according to that. Right? Then you need also sunshine, you need rain, you need a patch of land. Then you need also what? Protection. Other living entities should not come and destroy it. Because that is the job, that is why kings were going to the jungle from Murgaya. They are killing unnecessary animals. So animals should not be coming into human habitations. You see how beautiful system. That is why in the jungle also the king sometimes goes and kills. Because to bring a balance, the number of animals there should be according to the need. Otherwise, if they increase, they will come into the human habitat. That is nowadays happening. When jungle is sinking, there is no jungle. The inhabitants of jungle, they are coming to the human habitation. You might have seen cheetah is coming inside your kitchen. Cheetah says all these things are there and there is a dog sleeping. ये सब मेरा खाना नहीं है, डॉग को उठा लेके जाता है, कुत्ता को लेके चला जाता है. So why he should come? Or a snake comes and inside, when you go to the bath, when you open the top, there is a snake inside your bathtub. Why? Because there is no place for the snake to hide. So he comes and takes rest. He doesn't know it is a house, it is a bucket, and no, he simply needs a place to hide. And you are killing that person. You are finishing all this place. That they are coming and anyway finding. That's why human habitation is. Human beings are suffering. That is not their problem. That is our problem. Right? So this way, in Vedic civilization, everything was very balanced. But how more and more you become advanced, more and more you become scientific, very advanced, then you have to work like a donkey, behave like a monkey, work like a donkey. When you work like a donkey, then at last you definitely have to behave like a monkey. You lose your balance. When you work 14 hours, then you will be adjusted. If someone said, when you come to the home, your wife says, "Kya hua? Kya hua?" Then you are behaving like a monkey. You are getting irritated, you are getting angry. So this way you lose your balance. So this way, people are behaving like monkeys. Isn't it? Lot of girlfriends, lot of crimes. Why they are happening? Because they are behaving like a monkey. A male monkey has so many girlfriends. 10 to 15 girlfriends. Always he goes along with 10 to 15 girlfriends. In Vrindavan I have seen. One male monkey, 15 girlfriends. Because he needs a girlfriend. Because a monkey. Similarly, human becomes monkeys because you need lot of girlfriends. So this way, human beings are becoming just like animals. Understand? Okay, one story I'll tell you, out of topic. I have already many times told you. The people were so powerful. There are so many stories. When Lord Ram, Sita was taken by Ravana, then Lord goes and brings back Sita. Then Lord Ramchandra once going in disguise, see that how my country will going on. So he saws he hears one quarrel between husband and wife. What is that? The husband is saying that I will not keep you. I will not no more maintain you because you spent a night outside. One night outside. That is why you have already lost your chastity. Does it mean really? When one night someone stays outside, he loses the chastity? Is it? No. But why that her husband was arguing that way? That is the principle. Principle that wife cannot live outside without the permission of her husband. She could have gone with the permission. So this is the Vedic principle. That is why the husband was saying, I will no more maintain you. You have lost your purity. Then I will also associate with you, I will lose my purity. Better you go. That was heard by Lord Ramchandra. And he was accusing Lord Ramchandra. The Sita stayed so many years in the captivity of Ravana, and Lord brings again that woman and keeps it. I am not Lord Ram. I cannot be like Lord Ram. That he is saying, I am so superior, Lord Ram is like this. This is a common man's statement. Understand? So my point is that, point of saying that Vedic principle. Vedic principle has to be always maintained. So that is why a woman, a girl should always know that I should be always under the guidance of my husband. Okay? So thief. A person is called thief. Who is thief? Who is called thief? Yes, bolo.
Who do not perform sacrifices to believers and enjoy.
Yes. Okay? He is called a thief. Why is called thief? Bolo. Why is called a thief?
Cannot observe the society's weather.
No, explain it nicely. What you are observing? Why is a thief? What Lord is saying? He is certainly a thief. Why? I explained, na? Why is a thief? Bolo? Huh? That is very easy answer. When you ask to write, why is a thief? Then you can't write this much. You have to explain it. I told you, na? He got rain from rain god. He got patch of land from Bhumi Devi. He got sunshine from the sun god. He got protection from the king. He got so many things. And when we are getting the product, he is saying, I only enjoy. I will not give. I will not make any sacrifice. I will not offer my food grains in sacrifice. He doesn't accept the Vedic principles. He doesn't accept the sacrifices. Means what type of man he is? Tell me. Thief. Understand? Okay? When I ask you why is a thief, what is your answer? Why a person is called thief who doesn't accept, who doesn't execute Vedic sacrifices? Why is called a thief? You see, right answer? Okay? Tell me. Anyone? Okay, any?
He wants to enjoy for himself without.
Yes, very good. Yes. See, how he is putting his mind. So I expect that from you. Put your mind, go into it. What is that? This is science actually. In Vedic civilization, nothing was being taught. This was the science. Then Vedas were being taught. Because you, after all, you need what? Try to understand what you need. Food, Baba. You need food. You need shelter. You need protection. You need nice drink. You need to sleep nicely. You don't want B.Tech. This B.Tech, M.Tech, these are all Sudra's work. These are all Sudra's work. But Prabhupada doesn't say you become a Sudra. You become a Brahman. Understand? You have to be a Brahman. That means that B.Tech science must be used to be a Brahman. Then you can purify that education. Understand? That must be used to be a Brahman. Can be used. Like Arjuna is now being asked to use his fighting skill for the pleasure of the Lord. Now Lord is saying that you execute for the pleasure of demigods. They will fulfill your desires. Because directly Lord didn't say that every demigods are my deputies. And you worship me only, then all the demigods will be satisfied. This Lord is not saying. Why Lord is not saying? Because you are not now. You means I don't mean you. You means general people. The whole humanity. They are not prepared to accept directly the Lord. Because they have many concepts and many understandings, many philosophies. Lord knew. That time also there are a lot of different kinds of people. They may not accept the Lord directly. They are not qualified also to accept the Lord directly. They are not so sanctified, they are not so purified to accept the Lord's instruction or Lord's devotion. Simply that is why they were instructed, you worship the demigods, you worship all these principles, get your desires fulfilled and become happy. Okay? Got it? So, up to this point clear? Action. First is you are not this body. Then you are a living entity. Action is a must. Action must be for the Yajna Purusha. Then now Yajna, and by do that Yajna, you get the results and you become happy. Okay? Gradually coming? Next. Yeah.
The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin.
Yeah. So this sloka is also very important. This third chapter, Karma Yoga. What is it? Jagya sistasana santo muchyante sarva kilvise. Jagya means what? Sacrifices, actions, sacrifices. Jagya sistasana santo muchyante sarva kilvise. Kilvise means all types of contaminations. In our mind and heart, there are all lot of what contaminations you have? Tell me. Suppose you see, try to understand, every person, every uncultured person, those who are not spiritually advanced or general people, they have two things mainly. They have mainly two habits. One is flesh eating. They have a natural inclination for flesh, and what? Intoxication. These two things there, naturally they go for it. And illicit sex already there. So this way, people are generally, if they are not given the guidance, all these things, just like an animal they will behave. Or like an animal, they go for sex. They don't consider is my sister or my daughter, my mother, or nothing like that. There is a female that do sex. That is animal propensity. Similarly, they kill. When their interest is little hot, they kill. That's animal propensity. So this way, drinking means enjoying. I'll drink and enjoy. Wine, all that, intoxication. People are, so many people are, there are so many things, intoxication, cigarette, bidi, chai, then what more? So many things. Intoxication and flesh. सब घर में मटन चिकन का मजा चलता है. सबू घरे तुष्णा मैसिना खाऊने जहाँ देखियो आज सप्ताह निहाती थरे मटन हवा दरकार, सप्ताह थरे निहाती चिकेन हवा दरकार. छुट्टी दिन मानक गेस्ट आसछन माने ठीक आज कौन आगे कुकुड़ा एते खाऊ नथिले, एबे कुकुड़ा बेसी खाउछन. आगे कुकुड़ा लोक माने भाबुथि कुकुड़ाटा भल न खाइबा, बंदिया जिनिस. एबे कुकुड़ा बेसी. Right? Then comes bird flu, disease. So this way, very simple. So devotees for devotees very easy to understand. So because intoxication and flesh eating, this comes. Okay. So this way, Lord is saying that the devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins. The devotees of the Lord are Lord in the you see, in the sloka, there is no word called devotee. Jagya. Simply it is said Jagya sistasina santo muchyante sarva kilvise. Je Jagya karibo, Jagya kari ta karma phalo ko enjoy karibo. Whoever execute Jagya, he will enjoy the results and he is not a thief. But why Prabhupada is adding that? Devotees. That is why people, they don't understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. They criticize Prabhupada. That's why Prabhupada is adding devotion to Krishna. But Krishna is saying that Jagya sistasino santo simply. Krishna is saying Jagyas karo. Jagya means Vedic. Jagyas. Jagya, if you do Jagya, then your demigods will fulfill your desires. Lord is saying that. But here Prabhupada is adding. Understand? That is why they say like that. But they don't understand everything actually belongs to the Lord. So that is what Lord is very directly saying. Prabhupada is directly giving explanation, not in a ambiguous manner. Is very unambiguously, very clearly Prabhupada is saying that devotees are not suffering the results of actions. Why? Because devotees, they offer everything for the pleasure of the Lord. Okay? Similarly, those who are devotees of demigods, they are initially asked to offer result to the demigods. Okay. But you may ask that those who are dedicating their results of action for the pleasure of demigods, they are not in devotion, they don't know the Supreme Lord, they are not in knowledge about the Supreme Lord, because here Lord's position is not coming. Your Lord is saying everything about the demigods, living entities and demigods, human beings and demigods. So those, but Prabhupada is bringing Krishna in between this. Lord, Prabhupada is bringing devotion. So here devotion to the demigods and devotion to the Supreme Lord. Two things are coming. Okay? So when devotion to the demigods, that is called also karma yoga. That is also karma yoga, because that karma is dedicated to the demigod. But here the same karma, when is dedicated direct to the Supreme Lord, that is also karma yoga. Understand? That is why when you go out to give a lecture, when many, suppose the non-devotees are sitting, they may object you. They may object you that why you are saying that dedicated to the Supreme Lord. But Lord is not saying that. Lord is saying that Jagya Sistasina Santa Muchyante Sarva Kiliveshe. If you execute Jagya, sacrifices, and your demigods will fulfill your desire, and then you will not be considered as a thief. Okay. But why Prabhupada is putting it like this? Take the question. Why, Lord? I don't think you can answer. But still I am asking. Why Prabhupada is explaining this way? Directly bringing Krishna into the field. The devotees of the Lord. Why? Whereas it is not mentioned in the sloka. Lord could have said, sacrifice to me. That he will say in 7th chapter, in 8th chapter, in 10th chapter. He will say that. But here, right now in the 3rd chapter, Lord has not said that. But why Prabhupada is putting it like this? Any one of you? Yes? Okay. Okay, that it doesn't explain really. You have to explain it. What is Prabhupada's mercy? What is the mercy? You got my question first or not? Why Prabhupada is bringing Krishna? The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Right? The Lord's question is, there is no question of the Lord. Why? Tell me, any one of you? Because Srila Prabhupada wants to directly give you the very essence of Bhagavad Gita. Very first understanding and last understanding and the gist understanding and the essence of Bhagavad Gita. That is Jagya Sishtasino Santa Muchyante Sarva. That is devotion. But when you, as a speaker, when you go out, speak about this sloka, then you first speak in two ways. You have to speak in two ways. If you speak one way, then audience, those who are little study, this little intelligent, they may not question you, but they will take you that you don't know. Even if, suppose you are not knowing it, they may put a question, then you become what? Baffled. Oh, what is that? then you should know clearly that, okay, here it is actually Lord is speaking about the demigods. But Prabhupada is saying that, no, directly is bringing to Krishna. Because that is the essence of the sloka. Because when you sacrifice your activities for the pleasure of the demigods, you are not going to be free from what? Yes, good, right. Truly you are not able to face your reactions. Demigods cannot give you freedom from your reactions. Cannot. That is why going through demigods, it's a gradual process. It's a gradual process, step by step process. When you go directly to the Lord, directly you are engaged in Bhakti Yoga, that is what? That is devotion. You are connected with the Supreme Lord. Okay? Two things. You should not be baffled. Clear? Which version only? Yeah. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. Both are. Those who are not offering to demigods, they are already sins. They are already called thieves. They are already called thieves. And now it is said that if you don't dedicate your action to the demigods, you are already thief. But here, if you don't dedicate to the Supreme Lord, sin. Sin. Sin means papa. See, they are very subtle philosophy. Suppose this water, when you drink this water, if you just drink, this is sin. Very water. When you drink this water, this is sin. When you drink this water, think it is given by the Lord, Supreme Lord. It is mercy of the Supreme Lord. Raso aham su kaunteya. Mu jalara rasa. Oh, it is Krishna's mercy. It quenches my thirst. Then it is not going to bring any reaction. When we that is why when we offer prasadam, we offer also water. And that water we add to our main water reservoir, in the water filter or whatever you have. That because that means prasadam jala. That is prasad jala. Okay? Understand? It's very subtle philosophy. That means anything which is not offered to the Lord, that is what? No, give the exact word. That is what? When something is not offered to the Lord, what is that? That state. What is that state? How you explain? Something is offered, not offered to the Lord. What is that state? Material state. Okay. Little go deep into it. Material state. Okay. Little go deep into it. What is that state? What word you should use? Huh? Why reaction will come? Question comes. Your answer should not give another question. Why reaction will come? The word is malina, contamination. That means any action, any object, anything which is not dedicated to the Lord, offered to the Lord, then that bears contamination. These are the principles, mind it always. This will help you with whole lifestyle. Even suppose, for example, you are young boys, you eat, we are eating prasadam. When you sleep, because you sleep in the morning, get up and do your jobs. That is all devotion. That is why sleep is necessary. So sleep is devotion now. When you sleep 6 hours nicely, in the morning you have to serve nicely. That is, your sleep has been also connected to a service. Similarly, suppose, for example, I am giving a crude example. Suppose when you are getting married, then you are uniting with your wife. Right? So that is why sometimes when you think about the opposite sex, you feel very uncomfortable. Because we have been taught like that. From the very beginning, we have been taught like that. So it is, no. Actually, in Vedic civilization, sex education is always there. In Vedic education, sex education was already there. But sex education doesn't mean that you show everything in diagram. No. Sex education means that here, how Vedas speaks it, how spiritual masters speak it. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord is saying that that sex which is not against religious principles, that represents me. That means when you are having sex with your wife, that means you are serving the Lord. Having sex even, because you need a child. Because you want to offer a child to the Lord. Okay? So, for example, suppose Srila Prabhupada or your Gurudev, he will order you, get me 2 children. Don't become a brahmachari. Gurudev says to you, get me 2 children. What's wrong in Gurudev's statement? It's Guru's statement. He needs 2 children from you. Then what you have to do? Okay, Gurudev, I have to marry. Then Gurudev will arrange a child for you. He's your father. He will arrange a girl for you. That was happening in Vedic civilization. Lord comes with the girl and offers to whom? You know? Tell me. When Kardava Muni is desiring to get married, then who comes? Lord comes. Lord arranges Kanya for Jayadev Goswami. Jayadev Goswami is not ready. Like you, brahmachari. No, I don't marry. Jagannath said, no, you have to get married. You have to get married. And to whom? Now I have a girl. I'll bring that girl to you. See, Lord is selecting a girl for you. Why? Because Lord wants progeny. Your father wants progeny. Your Gurudev wants progeny. How you came into existence? My father and mother met each other. See how great job they have done. They have given birth to you. Human birth. And only human birth you can understand? Spiritual education. Understand clear? So that is in Vedic civilization, sex is there. But in such a manner, it serves the Lord. It's Grihastha Ashram. That means Grihasthas are more advanced than Brahmacharis. Even Grihasthas become gurus of sannyasis also. Because that sex actually is not considered as sex. Understand? That is completely sanctified in Vedic civilization. Srila Prabhupada's father, what is his name? Gaur Mohan De. What Prabhupada said about Gaur Mohan De? That my father is a pure devotee. How your father will be a pure devotee? He is every day running to the Dokana, doing business. No, that is not the symbol of a pure devotee. The symbol of a pure devotee is that even if in the shop, even if in the war field, wherever he is, he is meeting his wife even, he is fighting with someone, everywhere he is doing for the Lord. That is the symbol of a pure devotion. He is doing for the Lord. Understand? He may be a businessman, he may be even beggar even, like Sanatana Goswami, and they are beggars. But they are all doing for the pleasure of Supreme Lord. Understand? That is why this all sacrifices, and that will not bring any reaction. And the son becomes so powerful, like the son of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Who? So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur got that son from the sky, from the womb of his wife. Right? So, that sex represents Supreme Lord. Understand? That means it is completely pure. Similarly, eating, similarly, sleeping, similarly, fighting, similarly, quarreling. You can quarrel. But we are not so advanced in philosophy, in spiritual life, we don't know how to quarrel. We have to quarrel. We have to fight. We have to be very powerful because we are not strong in devotion. We have no confidence in Krishna. Right? So this way. That is why devotee is very powerful, because he completely depends upon the Supreme Lord. Okay. So here it is said, this sloka is very important. Jagya sistasina santo muchyante sarva kilvisai. Sarva kilvisai means all contaminations. When all contaminations are over, then what will happen? Bolo, अच्छे से bolo. There will be. If you have understood, then why doubt again? Tell me. When all contaminations will be over, then when we are doing something, there is no contamination in the action. That brings you no reaction. That brings you purity. That brings you clarity. That brings you all auspiciousness. That means where you are. You are situated in a very comfortable position. Your mind is pure, your heart is pure, your speech is pure, your eyes is pure, your ear is pure. Everything pure. You act pure, your walking is pure, your sleeping is pure, your talking is pure. Because your heart is pure. Your actions are pure. Right? Then purity means, then you feel, then you understand, I am, Bolo? I am a pure spirit, I am a living life. That is the difference between you and me, you and Srila Prabhupada. What is the difference between you and Srila Prabhupada? Tell me. What you and Srila Prabhupada? What is the difference? That is a very easy answer you are giving. We are discussing, na? His every action was for the pleasure of Supreme Lord. This is the right answer. His every action was for the Supreme Lord. That is why every action was pure. That is why he was pure devotee. And that is why he was not a pure devotee, is not dictated by the three modes of material nature. That means, in other words, a pure devotee is not dictated by his mind. A pure devotee is not dictated by his senses. Your mind is pure. My mind speaks about lot of ganda cheez. Think about mind. How your mind thinks. Kettole class ta seso jibi. Think like that? No. If someone gives me an option, right, at the age of 60, I will accept. Not Bhagavatam. First Bhagavad Gita. Again I want to study Bhagavad Gita. Understand? When Bhagavad Gita will be completed, again I will study Bhagavad Gita. At least 10 lives, only Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita is the foundation. 10 lives Bhagavad Gita, another 100 lives Bhagavatam, and another 100 lives Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then only I will speak that I am maybe a little devotion, I have devotion. I'll feel I am a devotee. Bhagavad Gita is like that. So you should be so greedy, so attached to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita speaks about you. No one speaks about you. Your academic studies, they are not speaking about. They are only speaking to how to work and get some money. That's all. Right? Yeah. If money comes from other sources, then you will not run after jobs. If money is arranged from other sources, will you run after the job? Suppose you need 5 lakhs every month, or you get 10 lakhs per month. Why should go and serve that 14 hours, bang my head? Suddenly, because you need some money, that's all. Understand? The situation has become, society has become such. This is called we are in a bondage. When you want some food, you need money. No one will give you food. If you go to ask anyone, I am hungry, please give. Get out. That is not Vedic civilization. You ask any house, you go ask, mother, I am hungry. He will give you enough food. Enough. Today eat, and for 5 months you take the food grains. Stock it in your home, like this. My point is that they give so much. In Bhagavatam you find charity. They were giving charity. So this way, eat only sin. Verily, they eat only sin if they don't offer it to the Supreme Lord. But when you explain Bhagavad Gita, you have to explain from 2 angles. One is Varnasrama angle, second is Bhakti angle. One is from Varnasrama angle, second is devotional angle, direct. Another is indirect, another is direct. Both are karma yoga. Both are considered as karma yoga. Both are, but dedication to the demigods, you may say it is a bhakti yoga, but it's not pure bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga only, it is pure bhakti yoga when it is attached to Krishna. When you are dedicated to Krishna, it is called bhakti yoga. Wrongly, people say bhakti to Ganesh Dev, bhakti to Saraswati, bhakti to Lord Shiva, bhakti to Lord. They say bhakti, but actually, he had been sacrificed only demigods, but bhakti only for Supreme Lord. Understand? Next.
Next 14.
Yeah.
All living bodies subsist on food grains,
Yeah.
which are produced from rains. Rains
Yeah.
are produced by performance of yajna, sacrifice.
Yeah.
And yajna is born of prescribed duties.
Yeah. Simple. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanat anna sambhava jagya bhavati parjanyo jagya karma samubhava. All living entities, all living bodies subsist. Means what? Mane banchanti. Subsist mane banchanti. All living bodies subsist on food grains. ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଖାଦ୍ୟ ପଦାର୍ଥ ଉପରେ ନିର୍ଭର କରନ୍ତି. Which are produced from, ଆମେ discussion କରୁଥିଲେ. No, I don't accept God. Okay, you don't accept, but you have to accept rain. You may not accept God, but you have to accept rain. You have to accept sunrise. You have to accept wind. You have to accept a piece of land. And you have to accept to bullock or a tractor. You have to accept so many things. And rain in proper time or irrigation in proper time. Then only you get. So many factors are there governing your produce. How you say I am independent? No, you are not independent. All living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by? Yes, rains are produced by performance of yajna. So, yajna means what? Tell me.
Sacrifice to demigods and sacrifice to spirits.
Good, very good. Yes. This way I will be happy. It brings result for me. I'm speaking, I'm getting the result. A sacrifice two types. If you are not accepting the Supreme Lord, okay, you are dedicated to the demigod. But you can't say that I will not be dedicated to demigods also. No. Then you are a thief then. Then you are a thief. That means those who are advanced previous life, from the previous life they carry their consciousness, higher consciousness, they automatically go to the Supreme Lord. They also do sacrifice. Those who are not having that Sukruti, they are not that advanced in plus spiritual life, they are dedicated to demigods. So both way they are going for sacrifice. Sacrifice is a must. Right? Okay? Clear? So rains produced by performance of Jagya. And Jagya is born from, that Jagya means what field? Then again question, what is Jagya? Prescribed duties. Understand? Prescribed duties. Prescribed duties means? Okay. Yes? Duties according to? Clearly, speak clearly. Activities, Jagya is born of prescribed duties. Prescribed duties means what? Yes, okay, very good. According to the rules and regulations given according to Varnasama system. Varnasama system means 4 ashrama, 4 varnas. Rules. Rules for a Brahman is not rule for a Kshatriya. Rule for a Brahmachari is not rule for a Grihastha. There are rules. And your behavior will be governed by the rules. You will be governed by the rules, by the Vedas. In Grihastha ashram, rules are different. In Brahmacharya ashram, rules are different. Your Banaprastha ashram, rules are different. Then you are sannyasi, rules are different. When you Brahmachari, similarly. Grihastha, all these things are for Varna, for ashram. The rules are different. You will be governed by the rules. And the rules are called sacrifice. Understand? These rules are called sacrifice. So there are 2 types of sacrifice. Okay? What are they? One is Varnasam. Then another one? Yes. Direct devotional service. Got it? Clear? So then Prabhupada will explain about Harinam. Harinam Jagya. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam. That Mahaprabhu was doing it. Okay? That is called direct devotion. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord will explain, Prabhupada will explain about how everything was. Okay? Got it? Buja paduchi na nahi? Okay. So, annadhavanti bhutani parjanat anna sambhava jagyat bhavati parjanyo jagya karma samubhava. Right? Anna bhavanti samaste sabu prani anna kaile kଣ? Food grains. Samaste food grains upare nirbhar karanti banchiba pai. Food grains depend karanti kaha upare? Barsha upare. Barsha kaha upare nirbhar karuchandi? Jagya karma upare. Jagya karma kaile? Sacrifices recommended in Vedic scriptures. That is called karma. Clear? Karma. Okay. That karma could be of 2 types. One is dedicated to the demigods, another is dedicated to Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is not mentioned here, but Prabhupada is giving you directly. Okay. So, Jagyat Bhavati Parjanya. When you conduct your sacrifices according to Vedic principles, then rain will fall accordingly. Then your crop will be nice. And that if all the citizens give up Varnasam system, all the citizens directly dedicate to the Supreme Lord, Very fine. Very fine. But because people cannot go, that is why step by step system is given by the Vedas. Okay. Jagya karma samubha. So that is why jagya karma, that you can reverse it. To understand better, you can reverse the sloka. From you can see prescribed duties called jagya. From jagya comes rain. From rain comes crop. From food comes living entities. Okay? Next.
Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the
all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. So, you see, regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas. Regulated activities. The activities which are regulated. Okay. Activities which are regulated. We have already explained about regulated. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas. And the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Lord. Okay? That means prescribed duty is coming from Supreme Lord. Vedas coming from Supreme Lord. All actions, rules and regulations coming from Supreme Lord. So Varnasam system also coming from. So demigods are coming from Supreme Lord. Demigods are coming with the rules. Human beings are coming with the instruction to obey the rules. One is to inflict the rules, another is to obey the rules. But the Supreme is there, Lord Vishnu. Okay. So regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas. And the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Lord. Consequently, all the activities come together are what? What? Regulated activities are prescribed by Vedas. Vedas are directly coming from the Supreme Lord. That means all the regulated activities, simple. That means, and a little more understanding is that all the activities when you do according to the Vedic system, that is equivalent to Brahma. Understand the basic word. Next sloka will come very complicated. This word Brahma means Brahma is pervaded. It is consequently all pervading transcendence. All pervading transcendence means all the citizens are accordingly behaving, acting according to the rules and regulations of Vedas. That means in their actions they are worshipping the Supreme Lord. Okay? Little tough, but easy to understand. Little tough. Once you understand, it will be clear. This time you have to put your mind. Okay? Understood or not? Tell me, any one of you, just explain, I will understand. Yes, you have gone through it. Any one of you, just explain little. Yeah. So, I'll take only another sloka is there to complete it. Just make a U3, U4 discuss. I'm giving 2 minutes. We explain. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested Supreme Lord. Consequently, all the pervading transcendence eternally situated in the acts of sacrifice. One of you, 2 team. One team, 2 team. One of you should be able to explain. One from this team, another from this team. Okay? Ready? Okay.
In the last level, that is 41 circle.
Yeah.
We listen that food means are produced due to rains,
Mm-hmm.
and rains come due to Jagya.
Mhm.
Jagya means basic activities.
Yeah.
And in this level, that basic activities comes from Veda.
Yeah.
And Vedas are actually from the Supreme Lord.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Supreme Lord gives us the Veda.
What ultimately? Explain that. That is to be explained. When you stop, that is to be explained. What is that? Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence, concentrated here. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. Understand? Or I will explain, but you should be able to grasp it. Okay? See, again I am telling you, as you said, activities, the sacrifices are coming from Vedas. Vedas are coming from Supreme Lord. Activities means what? Action means what? I want rules and regulations. Action means what? Rules and how to sit, how to eat, how to sleep, how to have progeny, how to have all these things. These are all mentioned in Vedas. You are governed by the Vedas. That is karma. That is called karma. Understand? When every entire human society is divided into 4 varna and 4 ashramas, and in 4 varnas and 4 ashramas, they are all governed by the rules of the Vedic injunctions. And these all injunctions, all these rules and regulations, or in other words, sacrifices, they are coming from the Supreme Lord. So Lord has ordered it. Lord has given this. That means what? Lord is present in the actions of everyone. Right? Lord is present because Lord is absolute. Lord's instruction and Lord is same. Lord's instruction and Lord, the same. So when everyone is obeying Lord's instructions, or the entire society is guided by the rules and regulations mentioned in the Veda, Veda is coming from, Veda means knowledge. Veda means knowledge. Whatever physics, chemistry, everything is in Veda. Mind it. Everything is in Veda. Even now the chemistry, physics, whatever studying, you know only 5% or 1% or 0.1% what is mentioned in Veda. Right? And everything is mentioned in Vedas. And how to manufacture an atom bomb is also mentioned in Vedas. How to manufacture, everything is given in medical science, whatever. Only Veda is gradually being forgotten, lost. That is why we are in problem. Otherwise, in olden days, people are very powerful. Because due to Vedas. They are following the Vedic principles. That is why they are equivalent to Supreme Lord. Because where they come from the Supreme Lord. When you obey the Supreme Lord's instruction, then you are almost all powerful like Supreme Lord. Understand? This way. So that is why all the actions of living entities, or mainly human beings, they are all, the actions were representing the Veda. That means Lord was present in everyone's actions. Clear? That is why when your action is for the pleasure of the Lord, that is called karma, that is called niskam karma, and that is Brahman, equivalent to Brahman. Brahman means it has no three modes of material nature. It is free from three modes. It is free from all material contamination. That means entire society is situated in Brahman. That is called all-pervading transcendence. Okay, clear? Getting clear? All-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in act of sacrifice. Okay? Clear hochi na nahi? Yes or no? Okay, last.
My dear Arjuna,
Yeah.
one who does not follow in human life the cycle of sacrifice was established by the Vedas, certainly lead a life full of sin. Living only for the satisfaction of the senses, such a person lives in pain.
Yeah. Simply, finally, Lord is giving conclusion that when a person is not accepting the Vedas, a person who is not accepting the rules and regulations of Vedas, and is a person who is not doing sacrifice, a person is not, who doesn't accept all this, then what will happen? Such a person lives in vain. That means ତାର ବଞ୍ଚିବାଟା କୌଣସି ଅର୍ଥ ରହିବ ନାହିଁ. କେମିତି ଅର୍ଥହୀନ ହେବ? How he is living? No, you are eating, he is eating. You are sleeping, he is sleeping. You are marrying, he is marrying. You are getting birth, children, he is getting birth, children. What is how his life is in vain? Your life is full of, not in vain.
Our life leads to liberation, his life is.
Yes, that is the answer. That is the answer. When you act that way, gradually you enters into Brahman. That is called liberation. You are not affected by the reactions. Understand? And that is clear when you come direct to the Bhakti Yoga. That comes gradually in Varnashram system, but directly in Bhakti Yoga. The same Brahman realization directly comes in Bhakti Yoga, indirectly, gradually comes in Varnashram system. Okay, but both are leading towards liberation. Liberation means realizing Brahman. Okay? Clear? Any questions? Any question you have? No question? Okay. No question means what? Huh? No question means two things. Either you have not understood properly, not confident, or you have understood. Both things. If you have understood, no question. You have not understood, kya baba? Chalo yaar. That is why I should ask you, read again. Read again. I am telling you, at the age of 60 also, I am always studying Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, at the same time Bhagavad Gita. When Prabhupada mentions a sloka from Bhagavad Gita by writing a purport in Bhagavatam, he gives Bhagavad Gita, reference from Bhagavad Gita, reference from. So when giving reference, you have to study that Bhagavad Gita sloka. Right? You don't skip, oh, I know. No. I've studied. No, you have to study again. Okay? That is why Bhagavad Gita, when you study Bhagavad Gita, you can easily understand the entire society should be in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, sinful. That is why Taliban is in Afghanistan. Give me a glass of water with 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, 7 minutes. We have a rifle. Right? Show me your face within 1 second, 2 seconds. Get. What is this? Nothing. It's all fools. And why they are being killed? Why they are being killed? No one is innocent. Mind it. No one is innocent. Everyone is, I have told you. Neither you nor me. No one is innocent in this material world. Everyone is a criminal. Only when you completely surrender to the Supreme, completely, fully, sarvadharma paritejya mamekam sharanam praja. Then only you will be free from reactions. Understand? Okay. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ji Maharaj, Samaved Gaur Bhakti Vrinda, Jai Gaur Brahma, Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Prabhupada Ji Maharaj ki Jai.